If you're a journalist or a news anchor and you're currently broadcasting from home, here are a few tips. Hello, my name's Mark Egan and I help people get the media skills they need to communicate through video. So if you're broadcasting from home, whether that be just on a phone or using something like LivePlus for Windows, which I've talked about in a previous video, there are a few simple things you can do to make sure you look and sound professional. So the first thing you can do is make sure that your camera height is at your eye level. You don't want to be looking down or looking up into the camera. And make sure you're looking at the lens, not at yourself on any screens looking back at you. So for instance, if you're using a phone with a selfie camera, look at the lens, not at yourself. Next is lighting. Now you can either use the lighting in the environment you're in. So for instance, face a window so the light from the window is falling on you. The only problem with that is that if the light outside changes, it'll change your light. So I would always recommend getting your own light, so an LED light of some kind. If you're not an expert at lighting, a simple ring light will do the job. A ring light gives a nice soft flattering light so you don't have to position everything perfectly and you'll still get a good result. Next is sound. Don't rely on the internal mics on any device you have. Make sure you have a proper microphone, whether that be a USB mic or a lapel mic going into a phone. Whatever you're using, make sure you have a proper microphone that's nice and close to your mouth. Next up, think about the background. Try not to be too close to a wall, have a bit of depth behind you, and don't make it too messy or distracting. Now, one thing I would mention is we talk about lighting the foreground. Don't forget about lighting the background. Sometimes just a lamp or putting a light on the background can lift your background as well. And finally, think about connectivity. This is really important. So if you're in broadcasting, you might have access to some kind of bonding pack, which will bring together multiple SIM cards and possibly your Wi-Fi to give you a better signal. If you're just on your own personal system, try to plug in rather than use the Wi-Fi. And if you are using the Wi-Fi, make sure nobody else is using it at the same time. So if you do all of those simple things, even though you're at home, you should end up with a broadcast that looks and sounds professional.